getting at what's underneath. I'm in the studio and I'm going to draw one card with the idea in mind, getting at what's underneath. Art really is the vehicle that I used for these cards. Let's see which one I pick for getting at what's underneath. Union, invisible is embraced, and it's the number 22. So if I just look at this card as a visual answer, and letting my intuition kind of dream into it. So there's two hands. The thumb can be seen on one hand, but not on the other. And so as I, kind of dream into that, the thumb is the ego. So the ego's present and not present. So if we're looking at what's underneath, so I would say, what's underneath the ego? So we haven't left our ego behind totally. It's visible in one hand, but it's not visible in the other. So what's behind, what's underneath the ego? And this card is called the unseen. Invisible is embraced. So if we're going to embrace what's not seen, so if the ego isn't seen and we're going to embrace what's not seen, what's in its place? And so in embracing the invisible, well, I sometimes mention the author Anita Moorjani. I really like her books and her work. And she says that in the totality of who we are, our physicality is about 20%. So our personality, our thinking, our doing, our life here, our physical life here is about 20% of who we are. And the other 80% is invisible, and it's vast. So how do we embrace, what we can't see? How do we embrace the invisible? And looking at the painting here of the two hands, embracing the invisible, the way the colors have been used is the physicality has warmer tones of skin, but those tones are also present in the invisible field, in the invisible color field, and also the cooler colors of the field are subtly present in the flesh of the hands and also in the outline. So, that thing with two sides of the same coin, it's all made up of the same colors, of the same energy, atoms, the quantum physics thing has proven that, we're basically empty space. So through the vehicle, if art as a vehicle, I would, dream into this card as, it's interchangeable. The unseen is seen through our ego and our physicality. It's just a different expression, but it's not all of it. It's 20% of that vastness that makes up who we are. So looking at what's beneath, 22, And I like twos because twos tend to be duality, yes or no, right or wrong. We have two twos. And 2 plus 2 is 4. So 4 is really a foundational number. It's a real physical number, right? 4 corners, 4 directions. It's foundation. It's like the throne that we function from. So I would say that the foundation, so I would read into this card to say the foundation of our totality is recognizing that behind what we can see, behind, what how most of our world functions at, what we can see, what we can think, we can touch, smell, taste, hear, what we can reason, right? The world functions as if that's it, that's all of it, and it's just the tip of the iceberg. So looking at, getting at what's beneath is really a vast truth of exploration of the reality of who we are. So, number 22, the unseen, invisible is embraced.